And here you have one of the most iconic badges in terms of in the SUVs in India, the Safari. And yes, this is the 2023 facelift Safari for you.
Now, the Safari was launched a couple of years ago. Now we're talking about the new generation one. And Tata has been upgrading it on a regular basis. So it has a lot of features and a lot of safety emphasis on it as well.
And not to forget, Tata has also tried to upgrade the car in terms of pushing a notch higher in terms of how it looks, the feel of it a little more luxurious, adding macho elements to the car, and the Safari badge on the side of the door. But let's get in and see more on what to expect from this.
So welcome to Express Drives, and we have the 2023 Safari with us. Now Sumanna, you touched on the design aspect. So what caught your attention first?
I think of the obvious first and the most talked about, this continuous LED DRL with the welcome and a goodbye animation. But of course, it's the grille that gets talked about most, Arup. What do you think?
Now, according to Tata, this is first of its kind. They've got this body colored front grille. Do you think that catches your eye? Do you think it actually makes the car look a lot more SUV-ish, bold? Well, you let us know about that, but definitely it is an eye-catching thing. But they have now stuck to that split headlamp design. So, in your opinion, do you think it's a new design that's going to catch people's attention, or just been a recycled design?
Surely what catches my attention, and I think for a lot of our viewers, the Safari badging here is a new addition, an interesting addition. Rest, what do you think? Functionally, does it make, what kind of, is it an enhancement?
So in terms of enhancement, the main reason why split headlamp design is used is because of better illumination, and according to Tata, this comes with 5 projector lamps, and of course it's all LED. So better illumination, better light quality. In terms of design also, it continues to have these colored skid plates. Now these are not actual skid plates, but they're more for cosmetic use.
Yes, indeed. But now let's take a look at the side profile, because here again there is something interesting, something new from the Tata stable. So when you talk of the side profile, of course, the first and the most interesting thing is the Safari badging here on the door. The company says it's one of the first to do this. And the wheels, the 19-inch wheels, quite broad base. Arup, what do you think?
I'm not too sure about the badging, because everybody claims something new about badging, but it has its distinctive silhouette. Again, when it was launched, a lot of people liked or disliked this extended version, but then of course it has 3 rows. But then it continues to have a very commanding ground clearance of 205 mm. So that allows you to do your regular commuting in the urban city as well as off-roading whenever you feel like it. Otherwise, you can still make it out that, you know, it is that same Safari distinctive look. So now coming to the rear, we've talked about the distinctive design of the Safari. Well, this can't be more distinctive than ever. It's got this massive roof extension, and when it comes to design, they have matched the front design as well, and Sumanna will tell you what I'm talking about.
Well, it is about this continuous LED light that complements the front DRLs, and here again you can see your welcome and your goodbye animation both in the front and the back of it. And of course the overall design, as Arup was pointing at, is the very typical Safari from the back.
So it may come across a bit boxy, but they have something very special for believers for retail therapy.
Oh yes, after all those heavy shopping bags, there is no more heavy lifting here. You want to know why? Well, because this opens with just a kick, just a gesture of a kick. Voila, and you have it open here, right? Just plonk your bags and you are done.
So it's very convenient, practical. But Sumanna, how did you manage to do that?
Oh, you have to do a lot of ankle exercise here. Just, you know, practice makes a man perfect, as they say.
So we are inside the cabin of the Safari and there are lots and lots of updates. First and foremost is the 3-layer dashboard. They have actually added a premium layer, and that's the wooden layer in the center. And according to Tata Motors, it has that unique pinstripe design. So you like it or not, but it really does have a very distinctive look. But I think the two major big updates are the 12.3-inch infotainment system and of course the all-digital 10.25 instrument cluster. And it comes with a lot of features like you expect, the usual wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. The center console here, that's right, it only has 2 toggle switches. Apart from that, everything else is touch buttons. Now, according to Tata, they have done this because the demand is such now, people want all touch buttons and not the actual physical buttons. I may not be a big fan of this, but then you let us know what you think of it. It also comes with a brand new automatic gear lever. This is the 6-speed torque converter that they use. It's got the same electric handbrake or parking brake. This style here is the traction control. It comes in 3 different options: normal, for wet conditions, and for rough conditions, that's your off-roading mode. So that is quite interesting there. Then it also has 3 different drive modes. It comes with eco mode, city mode, and this here is your sport mode. Going back to the design philosophy, we saw this in the Nexon. So again, carried forward from the curve concept, looks extremely sporty and luxurious. You can see the leather wrapped finish, very up there, upmarket. It comes with a 10-speaker JBL system with a subwoofer right here. This is a brand new music system. It also comes with different sorts of modes, and you can pick and choose from concert, custom, cinematic to whatever you want. If you are into bass, then there's a bass enhancer. So lots and lots of different music modes. Then you can also listen to the music based on which seat should get more focus. Another something for all music lovers. So the Safari comes packed with safety features. 7 airbags the top variant comes with. 7 being 1 additional airbag for the driver's knee. Otherwise it comes standard with 6 airbags. ADAS suite also has been updated. We'll just show you how, where you can access it. Go to settings. Over here is driver's assistance. And you have all these options right here. You can switch off or switch on any of them based on the driving conditions that you are in. Park assist as well, another very helpful feature. And of course, blind spot monitor. This car also comes with front parking sensors. Again, very practical, and of course your car will have less dents as well.
And if you're a co-passenger and you're rushing to office with no time for those finishing touches, here is a little touch. Lights with the vanity screen, so mirror. So yeah, I'm ready. So we move back to the second row. Second row also comes with ventilated seats. According to Tata, this is a segment first with the ventilated seats, and the seats can be adjusted with the switches. You can push it back, push it front. What is more, if you don't have someone, you can control the leg room from here also. So here, that gives me a little more space. And also these seats are very comfortable, good thigh support, armrest is there. You have these blinders here for a particularly sunny afternoon. Well, I can't complain about headroom, but even for, it's always roomy for me, but there is also for others too, it's quite spacious. You have the AC vents here, which surely adds to the comfort and good air circulation and better comfortable journey for you. Couple of additional USB ports here for the rear passengers to charge their phones or connect your devices. So yes, this is high on connectivity in that way. The upholstery has nice touches. Onto the third row, not as spacious as the second row, but well, not, you can't really complain. The seats are comfortable. You have separate AC vents here for better comfort. Again, more USB chargers. You even have a regulator to regulate the fan speed at the back, so you're not really relying on the driver to help you with those. You have the controls in place. You have ports to connect. There are separate headrests, as is apparent from the whole car. The focus on safety is not lost here. Also, for the third seat, they have independent seat belts for the customer and independent headrest. So all in all, a comfortable proposition. So the other interesting part about this safety aspect that you see in the Safari is how it gives you the view whenever you turn on the signal for turning to a side. It gives you the side view, so you, in case of some car coming or some vehicle coming from the side, the driver is already alerted. So obviously that adds to the safety element in your driving experience. Here comes the 2023 version of the Harrier. Sporty, futuristic. When you talk of the exterior, the Harrier 2 gets like the Safari, a continuous DRL with goodbye and welcome animation. But yes, a comparison here, what the Harrier misses out is a badging here, unlike the Safari 2023. What else would you say stands out, Arup?
So of course they have the similar front grille, but this one gets chrome studded one, while the Safari gets body colored version. And the other thing is, of course, the skid plates right here. This is all black, glossy black, not silver finish like the Safari. So definitely it looks very robust and again very distinctive. It'll stand out in this crowd of mid-size SUVs. So if you look at the side profile or the silhouette, it is absolutely the same, and that's a good news because that's what makes the Harrier distinctive. But at the same time, there are some touch points that have been updated. Like for example, you see the new alloy wheels. This is the 17-inch one, but also gets an 18-inch version as well. On top of that, you have the Harrier badging now just below the A pillar, and of course the dual tone and this bright eye-catching color itself. So very youthful and definitely very, very macho. So how is the Safari behind the wheel? Now the engine is mated by either a 6-speed torque converter automatic or the manual transmission. Now we drove the 6-speed manual transmission version. Now the engine feels responsive at low RPMs, but the Harrier is the happiest at the mid-range power band. Now in terms of refinement, well, the engine is quite noisy and can be jarring to the ears. The manual gear shift is quite laborious and could have been lighter and effortless. Now one of the major updates is that the Harrier and the Safari both have done away with the hydraulic steering wheel. Now what this means is that it has an electric power one and it feels light in nature. The Harrier is easy to maneuver in tight corners and parking spaces, even U-turns, which was previously quite a task. It continues to offer 3 different drive modes, Eco, Normal and Sport. In terms of ride quality, it is very well set up. The suspension, it cushions broken roads, though one should slow down when you encounter deep potholes, but as a whole, the suspension setup is set for the comfortable ride, which is better than the Safari. So after driving the 2023 Harrier and the Safari briefly, why don't you tell us what your take is?
Well, Arup, if you ask me, the Harrier and the Safari, they have their own plus and minus, but for regular urban driving, this is the Harrier 2023 is what would be my pick. It's the ride quality is more comfortable, the suspension much better. Probably Harrier's lighter weight does it, but what do you say?
Completely, you got it spot on. Yes, it is heavier. So the suspension setup is a lot more tighter. You can feel the road conditions, but then it has a lot more features. It has bigger wheels, and the most important thing is the second tier or the second rear seats. It comes with ventilated seats. Now that's a very practical thing for the Indian conditions. But in terms of driving, how do you think the 2-liter diesel turned out to be?
The 2-liter diesel was it responded quite well to the road, and like overall drive quality, no complaints about it. It continues to be the Safari experience that you are used to. Changes are like more or less in the cosmetic changes, and like you rightly pointed out, connected tech is the push in be it the 2023 Harrier or the Safari.
That's right. There are no changes in the engine. It is still a very powerful engine, 168 bhp. It could have been a little bit more refined. It is a bit loud. If you have not subscribed our channel, please do so. Do let us know what you think of the two Tata SUVs, and do let us know, would you go for the Safari or the Harrier?